So, hello everybody. This is Tenacious Earl on the Tabletop Baseball channel, and back here for another game, Stratomatic Baseball, the Tenacious Baseball League version 2.0. Been an interesting season so far. I guess after 4 series, it may be a fair time to just go ahead, since everybody's played the same number of games right now, 12 games. You know, it's I don't know, it's maybe not quite a fifth, but maybe it's a little more than a fifth of a season. But just want to get up. Whoa. Some tissues that I had stuffed somewhere. All right, so this is the standings as these are the standings as they are currently comprised. Pittsburgh doing very well, leading at 9-3, a game ahead of the Oakland Athletics, who are very surprising. Pittsburgh, I wouldn't call them a surprise, but definitely they've you know, they're surprising based on their record. But again, this is you know, we've only played 12 games, and you know, this is a simulation that is probably best done on the 162. So we're trying to boil this down into 54 games, and right now we've we've boiled it down to 12, and so that you can get a very poor representative sample as far as the records go. So you have to take this with a grain of salt, obviously. But the Marlins are in 3rd place, 2 games behind Pittsburgh. And then you've got 4 teams at 6-6. Toronto, San Diego, the Mets, and the Yankees. You will see 2 of those games in this contest. That'll be Toronto and San Diego. And then you've got 3 teams below. And it's funny, basically the what do you want to call it? The statistical spread, let's say, is like identical. You don't have anybody that's like 10-1 and then a couple teams, you know, just below 500 and a bunch in the middle. You know, it's like you've got 9-3 and a 3-9. Detroit last. 8-4. You've got a 4-8. That's Baltimore. Miami 7-5. You got the Angels at 7-5 in 8th place. So that's where things stand right at the moment. Like I said, we're going to have the Blue Jays hosting the Padres. The Blue Jays more than happy to see the Pittsburgh Pirates leave town. The Pirates had their number, and that's part of the reason that they are on top of the league. So the top... Give me a second here. I got to adjust my... I have to adjust my mat. I can't. So, yeah. So, yeah, the Blue Jays happy to see the Pirates leave. Pirates on top, and they will undoubtedly be looking to build on that lead. But so you got the Padres coming in, though, who have been hot themselves. They swept the Mets in rather surprising fashion. So we'll see if there's a little bounce back effect here between these 2 teams. Maybe Toronto has something up their sleeves. They really need to kind of turn it around here. They got Aaron Sanchez going in this game. Sanchez at 1-0 with a 129 earned run average, 14 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 7 walks. He's given up a total of 7 hits in those 14 innings pitched. So couple that with 7 walks, and he's got a 1 whip, 2 earned runs. For the Padres, they're going to have Andrew Cashner. Cashner, I think he missed a start early in the season. I have to take a look here. Where is he? Well, he's way down at the bottom. He has 2 starts, but he's 10.80 ERA. No decision. Padres somewhat surprising here at 6-6, along with the Blue Jays. But again, like I said, they swept the Mets, which is definitely something that you wouldn't come to expect. And so, okay, let's get started here. Sanchez out to the mound. I'm going to turn on my fan because it's getting kind of warm in here. And the Padres will go with this lineup. Oh, they also called up Alex Dickerson, who will be an outfielder. He may play some in left here in the near future. We'll see. And they sent down Jabari Blash. He may show up a little later. He can get some pinch hits and stuff. John Jay in center, Melvin Upton Jr. in left, Yannervis Solarte third base, Matt Kemp in right, Will Myers at first, Derek Norris catching, Alexei Ramirez short, Alexei Amarista at second base, and pitching, Cashner. He'll be using pitcher's hitting card numero 2. Numero dos. I guess that's what I should say. So, against a righty, we will get up the San Diego Padres, and I just blew it. And that's the wrong one. Give me a second. I hit back one too many times. John Jay, 353 batting average. He's been hitting the ball very well. He even has a home run. So as a leadoff hitter, here is John Jay. Normal ballpark effects since there's no since they have the roof closed and it's a night game. 5-10 against a lefty. Sanchez. That's a ground ball to short. Tough play for Ryan Goins. He's a 2E10 at the shortstop position. But he'll make the play on the 12 and the 10. 10 on those D6s when you add those together. It takes a pretty poor fielder to earn an error on that, at least on the infield. So Melvin Upton Jr., 190. Slow start. Unlike some of his teammates, he's got 6 of them above 300. And a 2-8. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Underneath it, Kevin Pillar. Easy play out there for the out. And Solarte, 250, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. And that's a 210. And he's going to get on base with a walk. And they are going to let Matt Kemp swing away here. Matt Kemp batting .340 with 4 dingers, 8 runs batted in, and a 111, and another walk issued by Sanchez. So that moves Solarte into scoring position. And this is how it's happened for the Blue Jays here. They just kind of fritter away. They get 2 outs, and then they'll start letting teams dink and dunk them. And here's Will Myers. He has been a little on the slumpy side here, 160 average. He does have 3 home runs. And it's a 6-9 against a righty. And that is a single to right. And Solarte gets a good jump. He would be held at second, so that means you subtract 1, but then you add 2 because there's 2 outs. So that makes it 1-12. Right fielder is Bautista 0. So 1-12. He's going to try to score. This would give San Diego a 1-0 lead, especially with Derek Norris coming up. And it's a 4, so they will score. And Kemp will advance to third on the throw. So 1-0 Padres, and as will Myers. Derek Norris. Runners at second and third. 2 away. 2 on the D20. With a 4 means potential passed ball. Martin 1-3, and it's a 4. They luck out there. Could have been a lot worse. So Norris will continue his at bat, and it's a 1-8, and he strikes out. So that will end it. They do pick up 1 run. So, let's see. Any comments? No comments yet, so that's cool. 2 walks, and that hurts them on the single by Myers. 1-0 Padres. You got to be careful giving away those free bases. You start stringing those together, and it's not going to be good. So for the Blue Jays, trying to get off the schneid here. Devin Travis at second. Ezekiel Carrera in left. Josh Donaldson second base or third base. Encarnacion first. Bautista in right. Pilar center field. Russell Martin catching. Goins at short, and Aaron Sanchez using pitcher's hitting card number 1. So Devin Travis will be the first to hit for the Blue Jays. $150 average, not doing so hot thus far against a righty Cashner. And against a right-hander, 4-6, ground ball to second base. That will be Amarista, 3E8. We got to check this one. I think it'll be okay, but let's double check it here. Amarista is a 3E8. The 12 on the 3 is going to be a G2, but at second base, you've got a 14 on an E8. And he makes the play. So, out recorded. Carrera batting right at the Mendoza line, 200. 5-12 against a left-hander. Roll the D20. A 1 would be a single. 19 means it'll be a liner that is caught by Will Myers for the second out. Now Josh Donaldson batting 250. He has 4 home runs on the season, 6 runs batted in. And a 5-5. All pitchers card rolls here. Ground ball to short. That is Ramirez, 4E22. Not the greatest of fielders here. And a 4 and a 5, and that will be a single. And a 12 on the E22. No error, but Josh Donaldson will pick up a gift single off of the not-so-rangy Ramirez. So with 2 outs, Edwin Encarnacion, 5 home runs, 9 runs batted in. He's also batting 340. They sure could use a shot from him right here. 2 outs, runner at first. And it's a 4-9 against a right-hander. And he strikes out. Cashner gets him. And they go down. 1 hit, but no runs to show for it. They leave Donaldson stranded at first. So it'll be Alexei Ramirez coming up to bat here in the second against Aaron Sanchez. Let's keep going with the stats here. Try to get through the lineup. Alexei Ramirez, he is batting... Where are you, Alexei? 186. He does have a home run, and he's batting up here against Aaron Sanchez, 3-8. Ground ball to short. So Goins, the routine out. Alexei Amarista. Amarista at 321. And against the lefty, a 6-8, 1-9 would be single. It'll be a 10, so that'll be a ground ball to first. Brings up the pitcher, Cashner. Again, Cashner with the... Hi, Tribe fan. How are you doing, man? We had some people in here, and they kind of took off, but that's fine. 6-5. Strikes him out. So... Padres somehow continuing to have good fortune here. It's the Padres and the A's right now that seem to be having the rolls go their way. But that can change pretty quickly. Jose Bautista. Let's get the Blue Blue Jays numbers back up here. 214 average, 2 home runs, RBI, but watching Strat and MLB Network special on the mid-90s Indians. Well, cool. Sounds like a great night of baseball. 3-8. Ground ball to short. Ramirez heaves it and gets the out. Kevin Pillar, 357, with 2 RBIs, no home runs, 1-7. Another ground ball to Ramirez. No problems. And Russell Martin, batting a $182, has 1 home run. 6-6 against a righty, and this is going to be a 1-7 triple 8-20 double. It is a 7. Martin does not have triples. And we are going to just say double because I've been going with that. It's probably not the best way to do it, but that's what we're going to do. So Ryan Goins with a runner at second, 2 outs. Goins batting 182. 16 on the D20. That is a 4-11 against a lefty. Fly ball to right field, X. Matt Kemp out there, 4E3. Could be a range problem here. And a 5 will be. The 9 shouldn't be a problem on the E3. No, it isn't. But a 4 and a 5. That is a single with 2 base advance, and so giving Martin the double instead of the triple doesn't hurt. Single for Goins, and in comes Martin, and the game is tied. Kemp can't get to it. Brings up the pitcher. And I'm not going to give you the pitcher's averages. Sanchez probably not so good. And it's a 3-9. And that's a ground ball to third base to end the inning, but they pick up a run, and we got it squared up at 1 here. So let's take the second inning here as a quick opportunity to get out the league leaders and just do this real quick. So Justin Bohr leading batting average with 400. Starling Marte at 389. Mike Trout 381. Yoenis Cespedes 370. Johnny Giavotella at 361 for the Angels. So home runs, Starling Marte, or no, that's not home runs, that's hits. Home runs, David Wright at 5 and Encarnacion at 5 as well. Cespedes, Cabrera, Kemp all at 4. There are probably some others at 4. RBI, Cespedes 14, McCutchen 13, Trout 12, Marte 11, and Pujols 10. And let's see, any other, let's go to wins. You got a bunch of guys at 2 wins there. Gaussman, Day, or O'Day, he's a reliever who's gotten a couple wins. Verlander, Richards, Fernandez. ERA, Graveman at 0.57, Tanaka 0.82. Today we're seeing Sanchez at 129, Sabathia 146, and Gaussman at 159. So that's enough for now, I think. If I think of it, we'll come back maybe to some other stats later. Hi, Beatles. Catching up with a girlfriend. Nice. When you catch up to her, you might want to grab her or something, you know? Tell her what you think, you know? John Jay, 0 for 1. 311. Fly ball to left field. And Carrera makes the out. Melvin Upton Jr. flew out to center last time. That's a 5-8. Against a right-hander. Ground ball to third. For the out, Donaldson. And Solarte walked and scored in the first. 211. I think that's another. No, that wasn't a walk. I thought 211 was the walk, but it was 210. High pop-up to Devin Travis, and he catches it, and little streak there going for Sanchez after he gave up some walks and a hit in the first. He's set down 7 in a row now. Devin Travis, top of the order here, bottom of the third. It's 1-1 and a 3-5, and he is going to single off Cashner. So good start to the inning. They will hold him on. Cashner's a +6 and Norris is a +1, so they're gonna. Travis will try to get a lead here. Yeah, they'll try to get a lead. Need a 4. Gets a 10, so no lead. So Carrera will swing away. Could think about bunting here, but he is a good bunter. 2-6. 1-4, a home run. Ooh my. That's kind of sexy there. 1-4, home run. That would make it 3-1 if he can get a 1-4. 20% chance. Not good odds, but you never know. It's an 8. So that'll be a fly ball to left that is caught. Hi, Larry. I feel like I haven't seen some of you guys in forever, but I haven't recorded a video in a couple days either. So, all right. So Travis, let's see, what was Travis' second number? 6. So you get a +5, but they're holding him on. So you get a 1-7. Maybe with 2 outs, we'll give him a shot. Although you hate doing that with Encarnacion coming up. Donaldson, he singled and was stranded in the first. And a 1-6. And he's got a 1-8 single. Ah, there you go. That could do it. Internet adage can be problematic. And it's a 9, so that'll be a line out. Third base, and you're not gonna have Travis stealing here with a chance for Edwin to pop one. So here we go. 2 outs. Encarnacion at the plate. And a 5-4. A little bit of glare there for you guys, but that's a little better. 5-4 against a righty. Ground ball to short. Again, Ramirez, and they're holding on Travis, but Encarnacion being a righty, Ramirez is going to stay a 4E22 and a 15, but a 16 on the D6s. So the E, that might be an error. I think it actually is, but let's check it. 4 and a 15 is a G2. That would get them out of the inning, but shortstop E22 and a 16 totaled up. Oh, no, it isn't. I thought it was. It's 15, 17, and 18. Catches a break there. Gets the out. And we'll say he goes 6-4 over to Amarista for the putout. And so leadoff single gets wasted. But hey, at least they're still in this one. I think it was the Orioles that went 2 straight games without scoring. I see 2 likes. I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you guys watching and hanging in here. So it's 1-1, and it's going to be Matt Kemp against Sanchez. He walked in the first inning. 1-6. Struck him out. Third K for Aaron. Will Myers singled and drove in that run in the first. 3-5. Well, he's going to reach by walk, so with 1 out. See, Sanchez is 0 hold, Martin +1. Will Myers will try to get a lead off of first here. Gets a 10, so he does not get a good lead. And your +1, it's basically a 1 to 10 chance. They might do it with if Norris gets out here. 1 on the D20. Means potential wild pitch for Sanchez, 1-5. 17 means no wild pitch. So 2-5. Strikes out. Myers, so the way you calculate this, because he did not get a good lead, you go with the second number. We're going to have him steal with Ramirez coming up. Ramirez, the only thing he's bound to do is hit a single. He has a home run slot there, but you know, the chances of him getting an extra base hit are pretty low. So what we want to try to do is move Myers up. And so we'll take that 50% chance. So what you do is you take this number, 13. He's being held on, which means you subtract 4 from this, and then you take the pitcher's hold plus the catcher's arm. So that's a +1. So 13 minus 4 is 9, plus 1 is 10. A 1 to 10 chance. So he's got a 50% chance to get to second base. It sounds like Beatles might have a 50% chance to get into second base too, so we'll see. And he is thrown out, and that will end the inning. So that's a 2 with a right-hander up, 2-4, and Myers runs them out of the inning. Glad you like that, Beatles. I'm trying to keep it clean here, Jose Bautista, and also try to be happy and entertaining and make you guys glad you're here. 311, and that's a ballpark home run chance for Bautista. He cranks a hold of this one, 1 to 10, and it would be gone. Bottom of the 4th, 1-1. Will it make it 2-1? It is gone. That is a home run for Bautista. Knocks it into the left field bleachers, no doubt about it at this point. And it's 2-1 Blue Jays. Finally, seems like it's been forever since they had the lead. Kevin Pillar now, 0 for 1. 3-8. Again, you got that glare. Let's move this down so we don't have as much glare. 3-8. And that's a fly ball the way of John Jay. Russell Martin doubled and scored. 5-2. Against a righty, that's a walk. It's going to bring up Ryan Goins. He singled and drove in Martin in the second inning. So here we go. 2-4. 9 on the D20. A 2-4. Oh boy. And here you go. Going to have a chance maybe to score Martin here again. 1 to 12 triple for Goins. Magic roll here. They're getting some breaks now. 1 to 13. And it's a 13 right on the money. Or wait. What am I saying? It's 1 to 12. Double's a 13. So that's a double. We got to decide whether, well, with the pitcher coming up, you're definitely taking him home here. Sanchez with a number 1 pitching card. They're sending Martin, so he gets a, let's see, he was being held on, so that makes him a 10, and then he add 2 because there's 2 outs. Wait, there's only 1 out. What am I saying? There's 1 out, so just let's back up the truck here a bit. 1 out. You do have the pitcher up. So, but it takes him down to a 10, and it's a double that it doesn't list anything, so it's center field. That's J, a +2. That's a 1 to 10. Boy, you've got... I should have looked at the run expectancy charts to know what to do here. Okay, well, you got Sanchez coming up. Let's gamble here. Let's roll the dice. Pun intended. It's going to be 1 to 12 for Martin. At the very least, you're going to move Goins to third. So, does Martin score? They're going to throw home, try to get him. 1 to 12. And he is thrown out dead to rights. So 8-6-2 will move up. And it's going to bring up the pitcher, Sanchez. Of course, if you get a If you get a passed ball here or something, might still get that run home. So here you go. Batting from the right side. They got to really hope for a roll-off Cashner, and it's a 1-7. Oh, but it's a 2 on the D20. Potential balk. Cashner does not have a balk rating, but now you get to re-roll these D6s, so second life here for Sanchez. 2 outs, but it's a 2-12. Second chance, can't get off the hitter's card. That's going to be a ground ball to short, and depending on how San Diego would have played that, might have scored the run, but might have also played infield in there. Might have also decided to try and bunt with Sanchez there. So Sanchez a B bunter, it might have been worth it. We aren't going to have that opportunity. So 2-1 Blue Jays, and Amarista. No, it's not Amarista. It's going to be Ramirez. It's the top of the 5th, by the way. Sanchez can go to the 7th before he starts getting tired. Against a righty, 4-7. It's a ground ball to short, and Goins taking the place. Tulowitzki will be back next game. He's finally working out his injury, finally getting ready to come off the DL. Here's Amarista 0 for 1, and that's a 5-6 against a left-hander, and he is rung up. That's going to bring up Cashner, 2 outs. And a 4-10. He is batting from the right, and that is a fly ball to right field. And Sanchez avoids a bad roll off of that pitcher card. So it's still 2-1. Blue Jays on top. Cashner back out there. This is his weakness inning. Inning number 5. And it'll be the top of the order again, Devin Travis. 4-6 against a righty. And that's going to be a ground ball to second base. And again, that is Amarista 3-E-8. And he is going to make the play on that one. Ezekiel Carrera, 0 for 2. That's a 2-7, and that'll be a single. Gets on the board with a single there, and it's going to bring up Josh Donaldson. With Cashner's hold being a +5, Carrera will try to pull a steal here. He gets a 6. And so he has to go. 15 + 5, 20. Subtract 2 from it. 1 to 18 chance of him getting to second. It is a 4. So stolen base. So Donaldson will be able to try to bring this run home with just a single here. 6-8 against a righty. Ground ball to shortstop. Will not be able to move the runner. And that's the second out. Edwin Encarnacion, 0 for 2. And 2-7. And oh boy, that is so close. That is a strikeout for Encarnacion, so they can't get that run home from second base. The single goes and dies. So still 2-1 Blue Jays, top of the 6th. And it is the top of the order for the Pods. John Jay against a lefty, 4-7. Ground ball to second base. Sanchez working well. Melvin Upton Jr., 0 for 2. And a 6-5 against a righty. Strikes him out. So that is 6 strikeouts for Sanchez. And here's Yangervis Solarte. He walked and scored in the first. And a 1-4. And that's a ballpark single, 1-7. It's a 5, so he is 1 for 2 with a walk. Solarte gonna stay put for Matt Kemp here. 2 outs. And that is a 1-7. And that's gonna be a fly ball to center that just is tailor-made for Kevin Pillar. Nothing doing there for the Padres. They are still down 2-1. So Cashner, let's see, he just hit his weakness inning. So Bautista took him yard in his last at bat, 1 for 2 against a righty, 5-8, and he's going to put him on with a free pass. Padres will begin to get their bullpen stirring around. They're going to get Carlos Villanueva warming up. So Bautista, not much of a threat to steal at this point. Kevin Pillar, 1-5, strikes him out. So Russell Martin, he doubled and walked, and he also has scored a run. So 1 on the D20, potential wild pitch, 1-4 for Cashner, 18. So re-roll and a 1-8, 1-9 single. It's a 1, so that's a single for Martin. Only a single base advance, and they are going to. They're going to give him a chance to come out of this. Ryan Goins, not the greatest hitter. He is 2 for 2 though at the moment. So first and second, 1 out. They're playing double, looking for double play here. 5-7 against a lefty, and that is a strikeout. Second strikeout. The dot would be activated if he had another walker hit this inning, but because he doesn't, now it's going to bring up Aaron Sanchez, and the Padres, or the Blue Jays, have a decision to make. Do they pinch hit and try to tack on runs, or do they stick with Sanchez? Sanchez has only given up 2 hits so far, and he still probably has some arm left in him right now. And they are going to stick with Sanchez at this point. 2 outs, first and second. And that's a 6-9. He's batting from the right side, and he strikes out. Cashner strikes out the side. We're going to go to the 7th. Still 2-1 Blue Jays. Beatles agrees. So, feel a little better about the decision. Now, hopefully he keeps performing. Well, hopefully for the Blue Jays' sake. I don't have a rooting interest in this. Will Myers will lead off. 1 for 1. Also walked. Got caught stealing. Against a righty, 4-5. Fly ball to center. And that's an out. Derek Norris. The Padres will go to Villanueva at the end of this inning. That's a 5-12 against a righty. Ground ball to first. Encarnacion 3-5. 3 and 4. That's going to be a single. And the E5 and a 13. No error, but Norris will reach on the single. So tough beat there for Sanchez. Brings up Alexei Ramirez. Norris actually is a fairly decent stolen base threat for a catcher. With 1 out, he will try to take second here if he can get a lead. Doesn't. So, but they're holding him. He's an 11. Yeah, that's 7, 8, right? Plus 1. 8's a pretty rough one to do. 1 to 8, 40%. Gonna let Ramirez hit and see if he can get something going. Could have hit and run. 3-5. It's going to be a ground ball to second. The runner will advance. And it's going to bring up Amarista. And they are pretty sure that they're guessing the Padres are going to pull Cashner, so they will pitch to Amarista here with a runner at second and 2 outs. He is a this is a lefty-righty. So, and a 1 on the D20 means potential wild pitch, 1-5. And it is a wild pitch. So Norris able to move up to third. And we keep rolling. Amarista 2 outs, 90 feet away. And a 6-8 against a lefty. 1-9 single would score a run and tie the ball game. Ah, boy. Tough roll there for Sanchez. 1-9, and it's a 7. That's a single, and it scores. Gets the wild pitch, and then freak single. And they are going to pinch hit for Cashner, and the Blue Jays are going to have to get their bullpen at least warming up here. Chavez and Storin are both unavailable. This is the 7th, so they're going to have to go with who's coming up. You got John Jay. They're going to get Chad Gerardo, a lefty, ready to roll here. So with 2 outs, the Padres will pinch hit. I'm going to go with Brett Wallace. So it'll be the lefty Brett Wallace looking to crank one here. Amarista at first. Is there any reason to try and... Oh, yeah, we could try to steal with him here. 7 does not get the lead, though. So that would make him a... would be 1-10. Not a bad opportunity. Not your typical stolen base odds that you'd want to go with, but... you know, Brett Wallace has a chance to knock it out. But he also has... You've already pinch hit for the pitcher, so let's not do that. Brett Wallace, 2 outs, and a 1-7 strikes him out. So Sanchez does get through the 7th, but that's probably going to be it for him. They tie it up on the 2-out single by Amarista. Critical wild pitch. Oh, what was that? What happened?
Just go from there down there.
You better go upstairs. Okay, I've got to shut this down. See you.